This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Good afternoon and welcome to Longfellow Middle School on the east side of Lorain, where this afternoon we bring you a unique feature on Channel 20. It's a girls and boys basketball doubleheader featuring two of Lorain's middle schools, the Longfellow Longhorns and the Eagles of General Johnnie Wilson. I'm Jay Ferguson along with Bob Braskich and producer, director, cameraman extraordinaire Joe Bach, greeting you today. And before we get going, I am here because we need to pass along get well greetings to the regular member of this crew, Ron Bacalar, who was on the injured reserve list for a couple of weeks, fell on the ice a week and a half or so ago and busted a leg. And Ron, get well soon. We all miss you. But Bob, a unique opportunity for these middle school kids to get a little exposure.
I mean, it's a great thing, and it's a great thing, Joe Bach and Brian Corey, the athletic director, and all the administrators to allow us to do this. I mean, I really don't think anywhere else that I know of, 7th or 8th grade boys and girls are on cable right in the middle of the dial. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing, Jay, to be in this new gym. I haven't seen it before, as you commented. Great wooden floor. I mean, really nice, full size. As far as the game's concerned, neither team has won yet this year, but we're not concerned with winning or losing at this level necessarily. What we're looking for in the game and what we're going to be pointing out are fundamentals. Our kids come to one-count stops. Are they in a defensive stance? Good attitude is very important, and of course, do they adhere to a good team concept?
Yeah, this is the developmental stage,
right,
and this is
exactly.
so important to the program development at the high school level. I know how much, as a varsity coach, how much I valued the middle school feeder programs that we had way back when, and I'm sure that Cheryl Bancic and Scott Plassick feel the same way about the middle school ladies, and Coach Scott and Coach Bastock about the gentlemen at the middle school. Very important part of the development of the overall program. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back with the tip-off right after this message.
When it comes to dogs, cats, and kids, sharing just comes naturally. They share their toys, their beds, even their favorite snacks. But pets and people can share other things as well, like disease. Zoonotic diseases are illnesses that can be transmitted from animals to humans, like leptospirosis, or diseases that affect both people and pets, like Lyme disease. Fortunately, you can help reduce the risk by visiting your veterinarian. Your veterinarian can help protect against zoonotic disease and potentially harmful parasites. Most important, a wellness exam from your veterinarian twice a year can help detect, treat, or prevent health problems before they become serious. So share affection, not illness, and ask your veterinarian about zoonotic disease protection for all your loved ones. A message from the American Veterinary Medical Association and your local veterinarians.
Back here at Longfellow, number 31, Tiara Thompson for Longfellow. It looks like number 20, Taj McCall, jump it up. Longfellow controls, and right away into the lane, shot up and no good. That is Alba Torres. It will set the lineups on the fly. Number 30, Monique West, is for Johnnie Wilson, and she's going to be called for traveling. As right away there, Bob, one of the problems that young players have is not handling the ball, right, but coming to a stop with the ball.
Exactly, gathering yourself, getting under control.
31 is Tiara Thompson. She'll inbound. Number 10 is Tashay Edwards. 33 is Kristen Comerford. This is Alba Torres, and underneath number 22 with the shot up, no good. That was Cara Donato. Wilson has the ball in the backcourt, and a turnover there as number 11, Lindsay Ivan, has some trouble against the pressure. She is accompanied by 32, Talisha Noble. Number 30, Monique West. Number 20, as we said, is Taj McCall. And number 10 is Tiara Ammons. No score here, 5:35 to go first quarter. They play 6-minute quarters at the 8th grade level.
And we should mention the coaches, Jay. Ricky Washington over there for Longfellow, one of my old guys, and Bob Cunicella.
Two good guys that know the game, been around the game a long time.
Exactly.
There's a ball handling error by Wilson, and we'll turn it over and go the other way for Longfellow. What's the first thing you look for when you're watching an 8th grade game, Bob?
I'm looking for pass and catch skills, and I'm looking for footwork and players under control. Now that was a decent under control attack of the basket, coming to a 1-count stop.
couple of shots up, no good for Longfellow, and they come back with the loose ball. Up again, no good, and yet again, and score the first two for Kristen Comerford.
You know, and I think, Jay, by 8th grade, the shot should be coming on, you know, a little bit.
Good jump stop right there, Bob, but the shot off for number 11, Lindsay Ivan. And here come the Lady Longhorns. We'll go the other way into Shea Edwards. Gets a little push from behind. And Tiara Thompson's going to be called for her first foul.
You know, one of the things that we see a lot, and I know the kids are going to be watching, everybody wants to catch the ball and put it on the floor, and really, that's not right. In basketball, there are only 3 times, and I say it all the time, when you should catch the ball and put it on the floor. You know, to advance it up the floor, to attack the basket, or to get a better passing angle. And so many times the young kids, they catch it and they just plunk it and defense themselves, and we're seeing some of that here right now.
There's a jump ball, and we'll stay down this way to Wilson.
Now, I'm glad to see, Jay, something I am glad to see is I'm glad to see both teams picking up man-to-man. I really don't think at the developmental stages kids learn much from playing a zone, and both of these teams have picked up man-to-man.
This is Taj McCall, the biggest girl on the floor, handling it. We got a whistle, and we'll go the other way. Timeout, the timeout from Coach Cunicella. With 4:29 to go, we'll stay here, Bob. You know,
Jay, offensively at this level, and I could see it a little bit already, and I don't want to be critical because I think the girls are doing fine up to this point in time. But you have to spread the floor and you have to have movement. A lot of times, you know, we're getting turnovers here thus far when there isn't anybody available to pass to because people are defending themselves by standing behind the defense. You have to spread the floor and you have to have movement.
And it should be pointed out that it's early in the year.
Right.
And it's a developmental process. And
exactly. And that was one of the points Ricky Washington made to me prior to the game. He said, boy, I wish you guys were covering this later on in the season because there will be a tremendous amount of improvement between now and then.
No coach is ever happy with the improvement in their team. On the out of bounds play, the ball's knocked away, and we'll come back going to Johnnie Wilson as it was off Tiara Thompson of Longfellow. Wilson will inbound the ball. Longfellow looks like they want to press.
Look up the floor.
Taj McCall had a player out in front.
There you go.
Jump stop, glass, good.
Good one-count stop there, under control.
2-2. Little full court pressure from the Lady Longhorns. Now the wrong team inbounded the ball, Bob.
Is that what happened, Jay? I wasn't sure what happened. Hold on.
Yep, the wrong Wilson scored and then took the ball out of bounds. So now we'll get a correction here.
That's a first on Channel 20.
And Tiara Thompson's going to inbound for Longfellow.
But you're right, against full
court pressure. It's a lot easier to defense the inbound when you have the ball.
Yeah.
Here comes Longfellow, jump stop, shot blocked.
Shot. Use your dribble.
Shot up, no. There's a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. And that foul is going to be on number 10 to Shea Edwards, her first and the second on the team. The rules are all the same, Bob. There seems to be some confusion as to whether or not the second quarter rule is in effect. 5-second call on the inbound there as Wilson had some difficulty getting the ball in bounds.
Right, Jay, the second quarter rule, and we're not sure whether it's going to be in effect tonight or not. It is quite simply at this level, if you play in the first quarter, you can't play in the second. Obviously, the spirit of the rule is to get a lot of players in the game. Here you go.
There's a shot up and in by number 10 to Shea Edwards, and Longfellow leads 4-2. Wilson inbounds the ball after their basket, too.
Okay, look up the floor. Look up the floor.
This is Cara Donato, and she has some trouble. She knew what she wanted to do, and there was a little of the frustration. These kids know what they want to do. It's the skill to do it that they're working on right now.
Exactly. The skill to dribble the ball at a high rate of speed and look up the floor isn't quite there yet. There are people open up the floor, but as you said, at this level, the skill level isn't quite there. Next year, they'll be doing that.
Our first sub is Kelly Parsons, number 44 for Longfellow, into the game.
Okay, you have to have movement.
And there's Taj McCall. Again, she jumped center, and she's kind of handling the ball a lot.
Powered up there.
Back outside. That was just a be strong with the ball there, Coach. That's what you want to encourage your kids to do, but it takes time. And I'm sure these girls, you know, playing on TV, I'm sure they know we're here.
Oh, they do.
Nice
know
look
we're
underneath.
Here.
Another shot, Longfellow controlling the glass.
Look up the floor. Oh, good
nice step through.
Wow.
A nice step through.
Exactly.
Tierra Ammon's first basket makes it 4-4 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first.
Assist by McCall.
A whistle there and a ball handling violation on Longfellow, turns it back over. Bob, you mentioned in the open these beautiful new gyms.
Oh,
and the people of Lorain, if you haven't seen this in person, you ought to make a point just to get out and see these new middle schools. This is just fantastic.
Absolutely.
The court that these girls are playing on is the same size that is at the two high schools.
Real wood floor.
A real wood floor, not the tile floor that you see in some of the newer buildings with the new construction. But
well lit.
Yeah, there's very well lit. And you can hear the shoes squeaking, and just a beautiful setting for these kids to play in. I can remember when I played junior high school basketball in Lorain, we played in the old Irving gym, which was so small that the over and back line was the other foul line.
Right, I remember a lot of those old gyms, Jay, with the wall right beyond the 10-second line. It was the out-of-bounds line. This is terrific. Now, Jay, you would know and I don't. Is this the only gym in the building, or is there another
This
gym?
is the only gym.
Oh, okay.
But this is the gym. This is not the cafeteria in gym or the auditorium in gym. The cafeteria is set up with a stage where they can accommodate, lighting and stuff for musical productions and concerts. So this is strictly used for athletics. It's a beautiful facility.
Okay, now, Jay, everybody's catching the ball and putting it on the floor. Now, girls, I know you're going to be watching this. You've got to get the ball passed. You have to get it moving. Remember, only 3 times to dribble the ball, attack the basket, get a better passing angle, or advance it up the floor. Everybody's catching it and putting it on the floor, and everybody else is, obviously standing and watching.
The most difficult coaching point to get through to young players of either gender is just what you said, Bob. They've got to catch the ball, and they've got to face the defense.
Exactly.
And maybe more importantly for them is that they have to know that the other 4 players on the floor are going to do something.
Exactly. And the other 4 have to make themselves available with spacing and movement. And the game becomes much more enjoyable to play, following those basic principles, which will come again. Again, as you pointed out, Jay, this is the developmental stage. It's a learning process. Basketball is far more involved than the average fan realizes. There's a lot more to it. The fundamental level, skill level, muscle memory is just immense for the game, and there's a lot of growth, and that's one of the areas where the girls will grow. For example, against full court pressure, you'd like to stretch the floor. Well, here we go.
This is Wilson in the front court.
Oh, that Wilson.
One of the problems, Bob, at this level for girls, as a former girls coach, is just sheer strength to throw the ball a long way.
Exactly, that's true.
I mean, what we see on TV, maybe more than any sport, basketball on TV does a disservice to the development, because people are familiar with Pee-wee football programs to a great extent, and Little League baseball certainly makes people aware of the development of young baseball players. But we don't see a lot of youth basketball.
Exactly. And unfortunately, we compare it to what we do see, which is major college, Division I, and professional basketball,
or the WNBA, or
is just off the charts.
Yeah. This is Longfellow, and this is Kelly Parsons with a shot up and wide. Longfellow controls. This is Wilson. Excuse me. This is Tasia Rush. Tasia Rush turns it over, and Kelly Parsons will try and reset some of the players for you. This is Alba Torres for Longfellow. Tierra Thompson, jump shot off the glass and good. She's got 2, and it's 6-4 Longfellow. 31 is Tasia Rush. knocked away. Thompson controls, and there's a down court pass.
And that's
to
how you
Shea
look
Edwards.
up the floor.
Picks up the miss. This is Parsons for 3, short, but run down by Alba Torres.
Longfellow's
Sierra
definitely getting
Thompson.
the better of Jay on the glass.
There's a 3-second call, and that just a long time in the lane, and not realizing. Here's a substitution. Cara Donato comes back for Longfellow for Kelly Parsons, and I think we must be looking at the second quarter rule, Bob. I don't know how that's going to affect Wilson with 9 players. This is Tasia Rush. Crosses over and into the lane.
Wow. Get in there.
And in.
Great.
6-6. As Longfellow inbounds against pressure. And there's a whistle and a foul. And Kristen Comerford will get. Now, the way Brian Corey explained to me, because one of the questions I asked him, are you allowed to press at this level?
I asked the same question before the game.
He told, this is the athletic director explained to me that you can press until you are up 10 points. Once you are up 10 points, you have to call the press off.
Alrighty.
The idea being that yes, you are welcome to press if it is part of your game, but the purpose of middle school sports is not to embarrass anyone.
Exactly.
This is Alba Torres for Longfellow. Jump stop and a shot up, short.
Now, Jay, is that a league rule or is that a Lorain?
The way Brian explained it to me, it was a league rule.
Okay. I think it's a good one.
Yeah, I like it. Inbounds now. This is Caitlin Stanton. No, this is Monique West for Wilson. Her shot is up and no good. Rebound is in the lane, and 20 seconds to play here in the quarter as Cara Donato brings it ahead. There's a head man to Shea Edwards. 10 seconds to play. Shot from the top of the circle. Glass, no.
6 seconds.
Monique West under pressure. Oh, whistle. Whistle and a foul there. At the buzzer, I think the foul is going to be on 33, a Longfellow, Kristen Comerford. Bob, we're at 6s at the end as we come to the end of 1.
And Jay, by the way, before we take a break, oops, I'm sorry.
We'll be back to get that comment right after this message.
I get people involved in saving the environment. That's why I volunteer.
When I teach computer skills, I help kids succeed in school. That's why I volunteer.
I helped raise awareness about the hazards of tobacco use. That's why I volunteer, to make a difference.
If you know middle or high school students who make a difference by doing volunteer work, have them ask their school principals about applying for a Prudential Spirit of Community Award, or encourage them to call 1-888-450-9961.
Back here for second quarter action, Longfellow and Johnnie Wilson, the 8th grade ladies, tied at 6 after 1. Will reset the lineup. This is Aisha Gaddy going to inbound the ball for Longfellow. Number 20 is Carol Dent. 32, Kiara Smith. Number 30 is Caitlin Stanley. And the other player is number 40, LaQuinta Reed. Got some new players in the lineup for Wilson as a jump ball called. 10 is Tiara Ammons. 20, Taj McCall. 22 is Keona Capers. 31, Tasia Rush. And I missed somebody, Bob, and it's number 21, Miranda Foley. Wilson will inbound the ball, 6-6. This is, there's a steal.
Look.
There's a whistle and a foul, and the foul is going to be on 23, Aisha Gaddy, a frustration foul.
But Jay, as far as fouls and officiating, I think this has been well officiated thus far. I mean, the officials have looked the other way on some things where they should look the other way.
It's a developmental game, and they've called the things that affected the flow of the game and the play of the game, and then otherwise let the game be played with some consistency.
Right.
There's a steal and a shot up, no good. There's another foul, and it's number 2 for Aisha Gaddy. 5:33 to go, second quarter. You know, Bob, as I look at this from a coaching standpoint, and not having seen an 8th grade game in a long time, I guess the one skill that I would say that that I would want to see worked on the most would be pivoting with the ball under pressure. That girls have to learn. Girls and boys at this age need to work on playing with the ball while being guarded and not dribbling it.
Exactly, Jay. And of course, the other skill level would be some sort of a transition drill where we're in transition, dribbling the ball up the floor, looking up the floor. First open man getting the ball up the floor. But you're absolutely right about the footwork.
Shot is up and in by number 31, Tasia Rush. She's got 4, 8-6 Wilson. Gaddy will inbound. Wilson's pressed the whole game, which I don't think is a bad thing at this level. There's a stopping issue, and we'll go the other way.
Well, you know, that's a skill level too, to be able to dribble at a high rate of speed and be, you know, and obviously come to a one-count stop and make the next pass.
Very much is, and you can practice that, but until there's somebody, you know, you're in uniform on TV and there's somebody in another color shirt on top of you. That foul is going to be on LaQuinta Reed from Longfellow.
Jay, I do see some very long gals, though, you know, especially for Johnnie Wilson.
Yeah, I'd be pretty encouraged if I were Cheryl Manson.
I sure would. And all the girls look like they're having fun, and that's important.
That's a lot. That's a big part of it, is making sure that they play at the next level.
I'm seeing positive attitudes. When fouls are called, I'm not seeing grimaces or any remarks made to the official or any pouting of that nature. I mean, everybody's got their head up and a positive attitude thus far, and that's something at this level I always look for. And all the young people.
We're going to shoot a foul shot here, Bob. That was the 3rd foul on Gaddy. And our first free throw shooter of the day is going to be number 10, Tiara Ammons, for Johnnie Wilson. 8-6 here with 4:59 to go. What can you tell us about Ms. Ammons, Bob?
I'm looking, and tell you, Jay, I don't have a bio on Miss Ammons. I wish I did.
I can tell you that she's in the 8th grade. And she goes to Johnnie Wilson, and her first shot's off the glass. No, didn't hit the rim. So we'll go the other way on the turnover.
And that was the first foul shot of the game.
Joe, we tried, buddy, with your bios, and the girl was absent when. Let me fill it up. There's a pass ahead.
There you go. There you go.
Another one.
And it leads to a layup.
And a whistle and a foul. And we're going to shoot some more foul shots, Bob. That foul was on Tasia Rush. Now we're going to shoot a 2-shot foul. And we are going to go to the line, and I think we're going to go with LaQuinta Reed. She's going to shoot 2 for Longfellow. 8-6 Wilson here, 4:49 to go first half. This is all a part of it right here, Bob. We take a little time to get them set on the foul line. All those kind of things are learned experiences.
Sure are.
Because in practice, when you shoot fouls, everybody's on your team. First shot up and in, LaQuinta Reed. 8-7 Wilson. Second one on its way up and in. 8-8 as Wilson will inbound. These two schools, Bob, they're part, along with Whittier, the Lake Erie Middle School League. They play some of the same schools that the high schools play.
Exactly, and instead of playing everybody twice, they play them once.
So yes, they go to Warrensville, and they go to Maple Heights to Milkovich, and they go to...
And they play one of the Menor middle schools in Lakewood and so forth. Shaker, exactly. Tough schedule.
Well...
But that's how you get better.
Well, it's not only how you get better, but it's all a part of the process, you know, in terms of the educational process, is going to other places and you know, traveling a little bit, and representing your school. All those kinds of things are part of what you get, what kids get out of middle school, high school athletics. There's Ammons all the way to the hoop.
Nobody stopped the ball.
There's a whistle on the run-out foul there. That was a pretty good foul right there.
And Jay, there's a little wrinkle there, or a little coaching point. You know, defensively, a lot of times at this level, and what the girls will learn between now and the next level is it's not my man and your man and so forth. it's everybody's man, and you must stop the basketball. We saw it right there as, you know, as we had a dribble right down the gut of the defense.
Nice pass underneath. There's a whistle, and ball went out of bounds off of Longfellow. We'll go the other way.
Yeah, I can remember, you know, if we have a moment in Lakewood Middle School basketball, everybody had to wear a color. You had to guard the opponent with the matching color, which I thought was a bad.
Yeah, because
you didn't learn that you had to play help defense and you had to guard the next most dangerous man or cover the basketball.
Tasia Rush is going to shoot a 1-and-1 here on that foul. 4:07 to go, first half, 8-8. Tell me a little bit about Tasia Rush.
Well,
Bob.
her favorite teacher is Mrs. Konzerke.
Konzerke, yeah,
Social Studies, because she's fun and she challenges me, and her influences in sports have been her dad and the rest of her family. Favorite player is Allen Iverson.
Soon to be former Philadelphia 76er. Kind of checked the internet a couple times today to see if that had happened.
Well, he turned Charlotte down. That was the last.
Oh, no kidding. There's a whistle and another foul.
But Jay, I have to mention that Tasia, her GPA overall is 3.9.
That's
and I have noticed, as you have, and we all know as old coaches, that, you know, those that will be participating 2 or 3 years down the road will be the student athletes. Those that get the good grades and demonstrate the proper attitudes, they'll be the participants next year and the 3 years thereafter.
I kind of used to, tongue-in-cheek, used to tell my players, you're a student athlete because student comes before athlete. That's why we practiced after school.
But I noticed that Tasia was on the 3-on-3 championship team. Lakeview captain, won the Basketball Excellence Award, basketball medal. She's done quite well.
That foul shot's off. Another sub for Longfellow. Daisha Guzman into the game as we go the other way. This is Kiara Smith. This is LaQuinta Reed. There's a long jumper off, no good, and that was Carol Dent. So we'll go the other way with Johnnie Wilson. .340 to go, second quarter, 8-8. Ball controlled in the front court by Wilson. And again, there we got to the I'm open, standing still, pass me the ball mode.
Right. You can't defend yourself by standing behind the defense, gals. You have to spread the floor and you have to have movement.
Yeah, and if you're, and the other thing that you have to convince kids is if you're standing still, you're probably not open.
And also that if you go away from the basketball, you might get it. You know, a lot of kids think, well, if I run away to set a pick or cut through or so forth, I'm not going to see the ball. But in actuality, you're far more likely to do so.
41 is Carissa Sneesick for Longfellow. Number 40 is Jessica Barnett for Johnnie Wilson. And Coach Cunicella has given the international what's up sign, as we're not going to shoot a foul shot there. They're not in the 1-on-1, and Longfellow will inbound the ball right in front of their coach, Rick Washington. Rick was a member of a couple of very good teams at Admiral King, Bob.
He was. I had him when he was a freshman over at King, and Rick's varsity season, he had 2 very good varsity seasons. He was all-league his senior year.
I can remember his senior year. He hit a 3-pointer at the Lorain High gym to break at the buzzer to just break the hearts of the Steelmen. I think he tied him and put him in an overtime that the Admirals ended up winning. Now we're going to shoot.
Ricky was also on one of those state qualifying teams. I can't remember.
I think that was the year.
86 or 88.
I think that was the year. I think it was 1988, which would have been his senior year.
Right.
Some great Admirals basketball teams back then in the
absolutely.
In the 80s. A lot of good players.
I learned a lot from that big ball-headed guy.
This is Tasia Rush, who's back to the line. She's going to shoot 2 now as Longfellow's exceeded the 10 foul limit. First one no good. 3:22 to go, second quarter, Bob. We're still tied at 8. As I look at the benches, I think I can tell you that everybody's been in the game here. That ball was off and out of bounds and will stay with Johnnie Wilson. Jessica Barnett is the girl who will inbound the ball. These are situations right there. Just getting ready to say, Bob, that as a middle school coach, you want to capitalize on those situations when you get a chance to run an out-of-bounds play, you get everybody where you want them, and they know which way they've got to move.
Exactly, and you'll have movement, and the movement on that last out-of-bounds play obviously created a good look at the basket. No, good point, Jay.
This is LaQuinta Reed as Longfellow will inbound following a foul. Carissa Sneezik. Aisha Gaddy. Steele in the backcourt now. She stepped on the sideline.
Closely guarded and fouled, I might add. But again, the officials are calling it
They've been
very appropriate.
Very consistent. 3:02 to go, second quarter. Longfellow and Wilson are tied at 8. There's a double dribble, and again, Bob, coaching point there is turn and face the basket before you do anything, right?
Well, and you have to pivot to do so, as you pointed out earlier. Well done.
Yeah, she came to a jump stop on the left side and put up a good shot with the ball above her head. There's a rush inside again.
Both Rush and McCall are long and are pretty skilled.
The rest of the girls were all in the lane. So we had a 3-second call there, and we'll go the other way. 2:39 to go, second quarter. We're tied at 8. We've got the 8th grade girls from Longfellow and Johnnie Wilson here. This is Carissa Sneezik with the shot off the glass.
Okay, run the floor, gals.
Here comes Taj McCall the other way. Whistle and the ball goes out of bounds, and we will. White ball is the call from the official. Here's a substitution. Tylisha Noble into the ball game for Johnnie Wilson, replacing Kiana Capers. .216 to go. The quarter is number 2. The gentleman in the 8th grade to follow, Bob. Is an exciting day for Lorain Middle School basketball, where we run a male-female doubleheader similar to what they do at the varsity level. That was Carol Dent.
Oh, in.
Shot up and good. And I think that was LaQuinta Reed. And
I agree. That was LaQuinta Reed.
Minute 52 to go, first half. Whistle, and I got to ask. I don't know what.
I'm not sure. We might have.
I think we've got a bloody lip, is what we have. I think number 21, Miranda Foley, looks like she got hit in the mouth. Coach Kunasella will look at her lip while we have a sub at the scorer's table. That was a good job of officiating right there.
Yes, it was.
And I can't tell if she's bleeding or not.
Jay, you would know. What is the rule on blood if there is blood?
If there is blood, then the player has to come out while she's, while he or she is bleeding and cover it. But they'd have to, if it were on your jersey, you'd have to change jerseys.
Okay.
It's all, you hate to characterize a rule after a player, but a lot of it is the Magic Johnson
rule.
Right.
Exactly. Oh, we had a 3-on-1 there.
Whistle, foul on number 40, LaQuinta Reed. And Coach Washington might want to make a move here, because I got that as number 4 on Ms. Reed.
And he is.
And so into the lineup will be Kelly Parsons, as back to the foul line will go Tasia Rush. She's made a little bit of a habit there. Now we've got Ms. Reed coming back on. Until there is a horn, she has to stay out, and they'll only allow substitutions in between the 2-shot foul.
And we have Tasia at the line,
Tasia, yes, she's first shot's long. Now we'll get a horn and we'll get a substitution. And this will be Kelly Parsons returning, LaQuinta Reed sitting down. Trying to look over on the Johnnie Wilson bench to check on Miranda Foley, And it looks like she may have had a little, she's looking at her hand like she might have had a little blood on her lip, but she appears to be okay, Bob. I'm sure we'll see her in the second half. This is Carol Dent for Longfellow.
Attack the basket.
Sneezik's shot no good. Whistle. And that's Kelly Parsons with the foul, and we're going to walk to the other end, and we're going to hoist a couple of more freebies for Jessica Barnett. 10-8 Longfellow, 1:21 to go as we take the walk to the opposite end of the 84-foot hardwood. What can you tell me about Ms. Barnett, Bob?
Another fan of the social studies department. I'm always glad to see that. Miss Street as Jessica's favorite teacher. She likes to learn about history, and Miss Street makes it easy and fun. Influences in sports, the women in the NBA, and LeBron James, Michael Jordan. Favorite professional athlete is LeBron James. To play volleyball, future goals, or basketball, but most of all, to be a veterinarian. And hobbies include volleyball, basketball, and swimming. Another 3.33 GPA.
That's a good thing, Bob.
Yep.
Missed those 2 foul shots, but ran down the rebound here. So Wilson will still control. There's a drop step.
There you go.
Ooh.
Oh, high on the
Back up.
glass.
Tasia Rush. She has 6 of the 10 Johnnie Wilson points right now.
Score tied at 10 with 1:04 in the quarter.
There's a steal off the pressure. There's a shot up, Barnett, no, but there's Rush again, back up, got it.
Tasia's doing a nice job on the boards.
12-10, Johnnie Wilson with 46 seconds to go in the second. Difficulty getting it in. This is Carol Dent ahead of the pack.
With the left hand.
I was coaching a group of high school kids last night, Bob, at the CYO level, and that was something that I was trying to get them to do, was to try that shot with the left hand. Tasia Rush. Up, nope. 24 seconds to play as Longfellow.
Up the floor.
There was a jump stop. There's a whistle and foul. We're going to go to the line with Carissa Sneezik. And the foul is on Taj McCall, her first. And only the 4th on the team. But that one was whacked in the act. Let's see. So we've got 16 seconds to play. It's 12-10 Wilson. At the line is Carissa Sneezik. She's going to shoot 2 for Coach Rick Washington's Longfellow team. First one is wide left, but we had a violation. No shot. I think she went over the line. One of the
Jay, I know as Coach Cunicella, he really works the game.
he is
He's
involved.
into it.
He is involved.
Yeah, he is.
You know, this is one of the things, Bob, that when I used to work camps with young girls in the summer, was convincing kids that they could shoot a foul shot, keep their feet on the floor.
Right.
So that they didn't have to worry about jumping over the line.
Right.
And it's just all about, you know, dipping and flipping, as Joe Tate would say, and getting bent over. Tasia Rush took it to the hoop and got fouled by
took it one
Carol
dribble
Dent.
too far, which is a mistake that young players make, regardless of gender.
Well, here's the good news and the bad news, Bub. Tasia Rush is going back to the foul line. That's the good news for Wilson. The bad news is right now she's 0 for 6.
And I think
she's
is a
limping
little dinged up.
But with 4 seconds to go.
But one of the hardest things, you know, from a coaching standpoint, to teach players when they attack the basket is know not to take the
stop
the
before the
basketball
defense.
right, one dribble too far.
So as we reset here, 4 seconds to play, second quarter. This is Tasia Rush. She's got 2. First one is off.
Jay, I know you're doing it. How many fouls, team fouls, on Johnnie Wilson right now?
Johnnie Wilson doesn't have very many, but Longfellow's got a boatload.
Okay.
We'll have to wait for the half to get that statistic. There's the buzzer to end the first half. Johnnie Wilson 12 and Longfellow 10 here in the first half of the ladies' 8th grade basketball competition. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain. Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600. Your lawnmower needs service. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repair. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most service is done on site at your home when it's convenient for you. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service is one of the area's only authorized Briggs & Stratton mobile service dealers. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears and MTD yard machines and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
I am Mike Delgado of American Midwest Mortgage. If you are looking to purchase or refinance a home, I can personally help guide you in selecting a perfect program that fits your budget. Whether it's a no money down, FHA, investment property, or one of the other programs that I can offer, put that side by side with our low interest rates for a great savings combination. If you want the professional, personal touch, then remember to call Mike Delgado at 440-308-1019.
Se habla español.
Today's high starting salaries make 2-year degrees very attractive, but some careers require 4-year degrees.
At top-rated Lorain County Community College, you'll find them all.
Over 30 associate degrees in 80 fields that pay more than ever.
The University Partnership brings 8 universities and more than 30 degrees into Lorain County.
Get ahead the affordable way, your way.
Lorain County Community College for a real future.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campan of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today. and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Longfellow Middle School Gymnasium. This is Jay Ferguson along with Bob Raskich, producer, director, cameraman Joe Bach, as we're here for something unique with Channel 20, a 8th grade boys and girls doubleheader. We're at halftime of the 8th grade girls, where Johnnie Wilson leads Longfellow 12-10. Bob, we've got some bio sheets here from some of the Johnnie Wilson girls that the coach had filled out. So let's take a minute as they warm up to talk a little bit about some of the interests of the Johnnie Wilson players. Tell me a little bit about number 20, Taj McCall.
Well, Taj McCall, another social studies fan. Mrs. Street is her favorite teacher. She loves basketball. And her favorite influences in her sports career are her dad and uncle's favorite player in the NBA is Dwayne Wade, and her goals are to score 20 points in a game and become a lawyer. She enjoys in her free time talking on the phone, playing basketball, and another gal with a good GPA of 3.0.
Tell me about number 34, Chelsea Thomas there, Bob.
Well, Chelsea, again, Miss Street, social studies is her favorite teacher because she's very reasonable and she makes things fun in the classroom. Her influences are cousin Jade Blair and also her dad. Allen Iverson, again, favorite player. Oh, I wish they'd pick somebody else. And who also wants to be a lawyer or a head prosecutor. Another 3-point GPA.
That's very important. That's the most important. How about Monique West? She's number 30, Bob.
Well, Monique, her favorite teacher and subject is Miss Starkey in math. She also enjoys Mrs. Konserke in language arts. She likes Mrs. Starkey because she makes learning math fun. Her influences in sports are her brother, Mark Jones, or
he's a good football player for the Admirals this year.
Right, and also Mrs. Konserke.
And Jay Pon Odens.
Her favorite professional sports player is Ray Allen. Her future goals are to either become a counselor or a teacher. I like to see that. And another good GPA at 2.9.
Okay, who else do you have there? Number 32 is Tylisha Noble, Bob. Well, what can you tell me about her?
Tylisha, her favorite subject at school is Mrs. Compton's language arts class. Also, her influences in as far as sports are concerned. I'm looking at one here, and it says General Brown, and I'm not sure exactly what that means, other than professional favorite players, Michael Jordan. Her future goals are to become a teacher, an elementary school teacher, is to become a teacher, and another J, 3.66 GPA.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
Let's see if we can get a little bit in here about number 11, Lindsay Ivan from the Johnnie Wilson
Miss
Eagles.
McMillan, science, favorite class, because she makes it fun. Her favorite basketball or professional sports player is Allen Iverson. Her goals are to get a good job and make some money. She enjoys playing basketball and hanging out with her friends, skateboarding and playing football and softball.
You got any more there, Bob?
I've got, is that?
It looks like Keona Capers, number 22.
Capers, social studies again with Mrs. Street, because she makes learning fun. Carmelo Anthony's her favorite player in the NBA. Her interests are basketball, boxing, and softball.
It's good to hear that we got some good young social studies teachers, because I know we got some old ones at the high school level.
They're going to be leaving soon. I've got one more here.
Who you got? How about Miranda Foley,
Miranda
number 21?
Foley.
Tell me about her.
Favorite class is choir, rather.
Fire.
Favorite teacher, Miss Konserke. Fun class, choir is fun. She loves to sing. Major influences in her life have been her mom, and LeBron James is her favorite professional athlete.
Well, 12-10, Johnnie Wilson leads, and we thank Coach Cunisella for providing that information for us. Wilson will inbound, and number 20 is Taj McCall. Will reset on the fly. McCall's shot no good. 31 is Tasia Rush. She was the leading scorer in the half with 8 points. It's a whistle and a turnover on Longfellow. Number 10, Tiara Ammons will inbound the ball. Also on the court for Wilson, number 40, Jessica Barnett. And number 32, Tylisha Noble. Longfellow goes with number 10, Tashay Edwards, guarding the inbounder. 21 is Alba Torres. 33 is Kristen Comerford. 31, Tiara Thompson. And the other player is number 22, Cara Donato, I believe. And here's a steal.
Good run through the passing lane.
That's Alba Torres, and she stopped, and she got a whistle and a foul, and that's going to be on Jessica Barnett.
Well, two things done well. Ran through the passing lane off the ball, and then came to a nice one-count stop here under control on the offensive end.
And there's a good inbounds pass. Longfellow resets on offense. There's a whistle and will be called for double dribble there as Talisha Noble dribbled it, picked it up, and dribbled it again. And their first substitution of the half is number 30, Monique West, returning for Wilson, replacing Jessica Barnett. 5:27 to play, third quarter.
Jay, you were talking earlier in the game about drills, and I'm just looking at the game from a coach's standpoint. I know one of the things, and you mentioned what you'd good cut. You'd work on. I'd work on advancing the ball up the floor, without dribbling it. I mean, it would be, a pass the ball up the floor transition drill at a relatively high rate of speed. And then, of course, I think the other thing I'd be looking at would be being able to dribble the basketball without looking at it hit the floor. I mean, with your head up at whatever speed level you could do it.
Yes. There's a whistle and a 5-second count. And we'll go the other way. 5:16 to go, third quarter, 12-10. The Eagles of General Johnny Wilson. There's a long pass. In hockey, we'd call that icing, but we'll go the other way. Bring it back, and Wilson will inbound the ball under their basket with a chance to score offensively. So we had a 5-second violation and a long pass out of bounds. No harm, no foul.
Right, but Jay, you're so right on these out-of-bounds plays underneath your own basket as the best opportunities. And again, it's because of movement.
20 right there. We had a player unguarded, and they didn't recognize it. Whistle on the steal. I think Tashay Edwards is going to get to go to the line as the foul is on 32, Talisha Noble. Her first, the second on the team. Kelly Parsons into the lineup for Longfellow. We're not going to go to the foul line. Let's see. And that is in for Kristen Comerford. Longfellow will trigger it underneath. Pass into the corner is lost out of bounds and will go the other way. 5:02 to go, third quarter. Johnny Wilson, Longfellow pressing. There's a pass ahead to Monique West, and she tries to run out. Caught from behind, and Tashay Edwards is whistled for a foul.
Well, in those out-of-bounds situations, Jay, wouldn't you rather line people up down the floor just for the sake of opening up, passing opportunities and stretching the defense? I just think it would make it easier, whether it be against full court pressure or just on sideline out of bounds plays, to open the thing up for the gals.
I would agree with you. There's a whistle. 3 seconds is the call before the jump ball, and Longfellow will take possession.
Just like that.
And there it is, and that's long pass to Alba Torres, whose shot's no good. And the ball is batted out of bounds, and the signal will be that we'll stay to Longfellow. Good effort there by Taj McCall.
Taj McCall, right. That is a great effort to dive on the floor. Good job.
This is Tiara Thompson. Tiara's mom played with me, played for me at Lorain High School 16, 17 years ago. She'd probably want me to say it was about 8 or 10.
That wasn't on that 21-1 team, or what was that? That one great year that you had over there, Jay?
She was a couple of years before that. You know,
couple of years
91.
before that.
We won.
What was the final?
We won
record
20
there?
some. I don't know.
You're too modest.
We had a very good group of girls that year. Several of them went on to become college athletes, including 2 basketball scholarship players at Kent State. So, I mean, I can't. And a Division I tennis player, Jessica Williams, was 3rd in the state. That was a great group of female athletes. And the best part of that, Bob, is now when I see them, I see a bunch of very successful.
Right. It's amazing. And, you know, parents are watching to encourage your kids to get involved in what we're seeing right here this afternoon. I mean, you know, the positive transfer into other areas. You know, we read some of the GPAs. They're all 3-point plus. And I know after 30 years in the classroom, student athletes and the kids that get involved in any of the extracurriculars, it doesn't have to be an athletic extracurricular, they all seem to be heading in the right direction. They're the ones that are successful. They have a good work ethic.
Tier Ammons with the basket for Wilson.
They understand the team concept. They can work within a group of people. They have good social skills. I mean, all the positive things that come out of athletics and extracurriculars.
You know, when a district is having financial difficulties and talks about, that was Kelly Parsons for Longfellow. I think it's 14-12 if the scorer needs to get caught up. But all of the positives that come out of athletics, like working for a common goal. I mean, it's almost.
There isn't any downside to it. It's just positive in every way.
And when a district thinks about cutting sports because they're in financial difficulties, the bang you lose for that buck is beyond belief.
It's huge.
One of the, you know, of all the things that I will remember most about that year that you talk about in 1991, Bob, one of the things that sticks in my mind the most was we played our 20th regular season game on Election Day back then in February.
Wow.
And what was going on that night was Lorain High School was trying to go 20-0, and the district was trying to pass a school levy. And the district had already said if there's no levy, there's no extracurricular activities. As soon as that season ends, it's done. There's no spring sports. There's no musical. There's no nothing. And as excited as our girls were to be 20-0, and at the time I think we were number 2 in the state of Ohio, that's how disappointed they were, and the tears were real because you know, alongside basketball players, I had softball players, and I had the lead in the spring musical, and I had a whole group of seniors who weren't going to get to go to a prom. And it was just, it was really a night of mixed emotions for those kids, and I'll never, ever forget that, was how that whole thing played out.
And Jay, it's a community. It affects everybody because a lot of families then don't find the school district as attractive. They move, property values, the whole thing, tax basis.
Alba Torres ties the game for Longfellow at 14 with 2:45 to go. There's a whistle, and we had a foul on number 10, Tashay Edwards, her 3rd. And Wilson's going to get a chance to inbound under their basket.
But, Jay, you know, that's why I'm so excited about Brian Curry being the athletic director, because I know him so well, and he's such a good friend, but he's young, and he's full of energy, and he has a lot of ideas, and he's a real advocate for extracurriculars and athletics. And he's going to work very hard.
And the things that are good about them.
Exactly. Ooh, good back pressure.
White ball as we have 2:32 to go, 3rd quarter. A couple of substitutions in the ball game. Aisha Gaddy, 23, is in for Longfellow. And number 30, Tasia Rush, returns for Wilson. Miss Rush is the leading scorer in the ball game with 8 points. Longfellow will inbound. Tierra Thompson.
Well, Jay, we don't like to single kids out, players out, but there's a gal out there that just impresses me with how hard she plays. She has the ball right now, Tierra Ammons. She really plays hard and gets up and down the floor, is a very good competitor.
Aisha Gaddy's called for the foul there, reaching in as Ammons had the rebound and was pulling away. A little confusion at the scores table. Coach Kunisella was on the wrong side. He was getting ready to inbound the ball, I think. This will be Jessica Barnett, as they wouldn't give it to the coach.
Spacing is so huge, Jay. You know, 5 girls were on one side of the floor. That really makes the game tough. You have to spread the floor.
And part of that is, call a travel there before the shot. But
Jay,
part of
I mean, it's getting better because, believe me, when these gals played in 3rd and 4th grade, and you've seen those young kids play, they all ran to the ball, and you'd have a pack of kids trying to get the basketball. And over time, as you learn the game, you get more coaching, you understand the importance of spreading the floor and movement and things we're talking about, like reversing the basketball and attacking the basket. I mean, which I think is the most basic offense there is.
One of the most important things that any team sport can develop in kids is trust.
Exactly.
Because once you begin to trust your teammates that if you go away from the ball or do something that you'll get the ball back if you're open, then you can operate in the team concept,
right.
Bob. Right now it's a little bit about
right. And everybody's worried if they give the ball up, they're not going to see it again. But again, that's part of the maturation process. It's part of the coaching process.
Coach Cunisella here with a 20-second timeout, Bob. 1:54 to go, 3rd quarter. The score's tied at 14. And we've been talking a lot about everything but these kids, but let's take a minute and just to talk about the whole process, that what this middle school league means to these kids, what these new schools mean. The first thing I can tell you with the new schools is that we're not having to share gym time with 2 8th grade girls teams and 2 7th grade girls teams at Lorain Middle, and they've got these beautiful new facilities and uniforms, and I've seen it. I've worked at the middle school for the last year and a half, and I've seen a lot of pride coming back in the student bodies and particularly at Wilson and Longfellow with the new buildings.
Well, I have heard that, Jay, from many teachers in the district have said and reiterated exactly what you just said. That it's amazing how by changing the physical environment, there have been so many other positive changes.
Tasia Rush is going to go to the line to shoot 2 here, Bob. She's the leading scorer in the game with 8. 0 of 8 from the line in the first half, so let's see if...
let's dissect this shot. We'll figure out why it's 0 and 8.
As I was looking at it in the first half, I thought maybe a little bit flat on the palm of the hand.
Okay, all right. Got to square up a little bit and shooting the basketball from the wrong side of the body, and a lot of the broken shots we see at this level is because the kids haven't gotten out of the habits which aren't really fundamental from being much younger and having to hoist the ball just to get it up to the rim, and so it becomes a process of going from what you had to do to get it up to the rim. There you go.
Tasia Rush with 1 of 2 from the line, 15-14. Johnnie Wilson. Minute 49 to go, 3rd quarter. Whistle travel, and that was called on Kiara Smith of Longfellow. So we'll stay right there with Johnnie Wilson. Taj McCall will inbound. I think the 2 coaches are to be commended in this game, Bob, for making sure that we get everybody on the floor.
Jay, that was a cut off of a back pick.
Jessica Barnett on the inbound play.
Right onto the block on the out. Well done.
And it's 17-14. I love it when a plan comes together. Isn't that what George Papard used to say on the A-team? I love it when a plan comes together. Here's some subs for Longfellow. Number 31 is Tiara Thompson.
But that was well done because...
Very well done.
Receiving the pick, the defender was set up and flashed right in the hole for the basketball. Good pass, good shot.
Alba Torres ahead of the pack, into the lane, jump stopped and a little too strong. And here's Taj McCall. With the takeaway, though. Run down by Longfellow for 3. That's Thompson. No.
That could have tied it.
There's a shot. No. And here comes Tiara Ammons. There's a shot up. Oh, what a foul. Jessica Barnett's going to shoot a couple at the line. As the referee calls Cara Donato for her first foul. 1:02 to go, 3rd quarter. 17-14, Bob. I think the biggest lead we've had the whole game either way has been 4 points.
I believe so.
The coaches have made sure that everybody's had plenty of opportunities to get on the floor and get on the TV. I hope that Joe Bach gets a lot of phone calls.
Well, you know, I was a little, you know, slightly disheartened before the game. I talked to Rick, Ricky Washington, and he said he only had 14 girls came out, and had no cuts. Nobody was cut. Only had 14 girls out, and I noticed that General Johnnie Wilson just dressed, I believe, 10. I would like to see 14 girls, 15 girls on a team.
That would be the right number in my mind as a varsity coach. Whistle on after the 2 missed foul shots. We had a whistle and a foul underneath. And the foul is on 22, Cara Donato. And now we're going to go shoot a 1-and-1 with Jessica Barnett. 55 seconds to play. Yeah, it is a little bit disheartening, Bob, but that's part of, you know, that's part of it as you know, I know Coach Corey is bringing back the, Coach Corey,
AD Corey?
Athletic Director Corey has got big plans to bring back the 5th and 6th grade league in its competitive form that it was in a few years ago. And, you know, I think at its biggest 4 or 5 years ago, there was 400 or 500 kids involved in that. And I think that, you know, he's, you know, given time and resources, he'll get it back to that point.
Right, I know he will. We've talked about it.
Ooh. Rebound on the missed free throw, missed and then batted out of bounds. Maroon ball, 18-14. Johnnie Wilson equaling the largest lead of the ball game. Tasia Rush to inbound, and this is Taj McCall. Tiara Thompson with a steal.
Everybody cover. Cut her off. Cut her off. Take the ball. Take the ball.
That ball's batted out of bounds. Yeah, it's just a little too far for Cara Donato, but Longfellow will control. They're down 4. There's 33 seconds to go.
Well, let's see if Longfellow could. Johnnie Wilson, they have worked on their out-of-bounds play. Let's see if Longfellow gets a good shot off of this. Yeah, they are.
They got a very good shot.
Defense did not pick up.
Tiara Thompson gets her second basket. And there's some confusion at the scores table, but 24 seconds to go, 18-16. The score as Wilson is going to be called for carrying the ball, and now we can get the substitution in. And that would be Lindsay Ivan returning to the Johnnie Wilson lineup.
Defense, get on the other side.
20 seconds to go, third quarter. Tiara Thompson to inbound the ball. Batted away, and we'll stay with Longfellow. We lost a couple of seconds.
No, and I hate to repeat myself, but girls, when you have the basketball, whether it be out of bounds play or in a half court offense or full court, you have to have movement. You can't stand and defend yourself.
Little cut, and she's going to be rewarded with a trip to the line. That would be Alba Torres. She was fouled with 14 seconds to play in the third.
Yeah, but, you know, man, again, it's a developmental thing, Jay, but so many of the turnovers come from picking up your dribble, and there isn't an offensive, you know, opportunity to pass the basketball. There's nobody available. And again, you know, one of the coaching points there, girls, is don't pick up your dribble until you know exactly where you're going to pass the basketball.
And that would be the second point after don't start your dribble until you've already considered all the other options and you've got to relieve pressure or improve a passing angle or take it to the hoop. Alba Torres, second shot off the front. 18-16, we're down to 10 seconds.
6 seconds.
Whistle. And a foul, and looks like with 3 seconds to go, Johnnie Wilson is going to shoot a 1-and-1. The foul, I believe, was indicated on Cara Donato. Tylisha Noble will go to the line 1-and-1. Her team is up 2. There's 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Okay.
Didn't draw iron, Jay.
And whistle was a wee bit tardy, so we'll inbound the ball with Longfellow. Coach Cunisella thinks it hit the rim.
Back here.
Long pass. half court. Buzzer a little bit early, but we've played 3 right now, Bob. It's 18 for the Eagles of Johnny Wilson, 16 for the ladies from Longfellow Middle School, and we'll be back in just a moment with fourth quarter action.
Your kids know plenty about marijuana. You can know more. Go to drugfreeamerica.org.
Good. Back at Longfellow Gymnasium, 8th grade girls of Johnny Wilson lead the Lady Longhorns 18-16 as we start the fourth quarter. Longfellow with the ball, and that's number 32, Kiara Smith. Centered it, but knocked away, and Lindsay Ivan controls for the Johnny Wilson Eagles.
Okay, back it off, stretch the defense a little bit there.
Looks inside, nice
There you
catch.
go.
That's Tasia Rush. Oh, no. And then batted out of bounds by number 20, and that would be Taj McCall. Also on the court, number 10, Tiara Ammons for Wilson, as well as Tylisha Noble, number 32. This is Alba Torres for Longfellow with the run out and the shot. She is joined by number 22, Kara Donato, number 32, Kiara Smith, number 44, Kelly Parsons, and number 31, Tiara Thompson. 18-16 Wilson. Longfellow to run an out of bounds play. Hit an open player there at the elbow for a shot. Whistle and 3 seconds called. And I think we had a couple of them in there, Bob. I can't fault the official there.
This is fun.
Wilson will inbound. They're going to throw over the pressure this time. Here's been the offense. Tasia Rush with 9 points in the game, but she's going to be called for carrying it.
Yeah, but pretty decent skill level when she brought the basketball there. She crossed over with it twice, used both hands.
Jessica Barnett is going to return for Wilson. Now, one of the rules is that someone has to go out. Okay.
Yeah, I would just like to see the girls look up the floor a little bit. And again, but Jay, you're absolutely right. That's a skill level. Being able to dribble with your head up isn't easy.
Alba Torres, as Longfellow seems to have found something there.
There it was.
And that was Kelly Parsons for her second basket of the half to tie the game at 18.
You got a game, Jay.
Joe Bach was just saying that overtime was a possibility.
It is.
That foul was on Taj McCall.
You might
Wilson.
be looking at the final score right now.
Tiara Thompson's going to inbound in front of the Wilson bench, but first we're going to get a substitution as Monique West, number 30, is going to come back and replace Lindsay Ivan, number 11. Long pass, and there it is again to Alba Torres.
Oh.
Look. She's got a player ahead.
There you go.
And the pass was a little too tall for Monique West. The mind is willing, but the flesh isn't ready yet, Bob.
Miss McCall did the right thing.
Yep.
First open man down the floor gets the basketball.
There's the icing pass. Breakout pass, Alba Torres, no. She knocks it out of bounds and will come the other way. 4:42 to go, fourth quarter. We're all tied up at 18. This is Tasia Rush into the lane, jump stop.
Crossover. Oh.
You know something else, Bob, that you have to convince young players of is it's a lot easier if you put it up in that little white square.
It sure is. You always use it soft off the glass. No doubt about it.
And that ball evidently went off a Longfellow lady, and Johnny Wilson will get a chance to run their out-of-bounds play again. And there's the cut. That time it was defensed.
Take a timeout. Take a timeout.
That's a 5-second call.
Yeah. In that situation in the fourth quarter, take a timeout. Keep the possession.
Longfellow to inbound now against pressure. There's the long baseball pass.
And
this is Kelly Parsons. That was advanced the length of the court without a dribble, Bob.
Exactly.
Whistle on the rebound, and that's a jump ball called.
And that's really why Longfellow's back in the game.
If being down 4 could be called out of the game.
That 4 is a lot in this game, Jay. 4 is a lot.
This is Monique West. Whistle, and she kind of got a little bit of a bump there. And Alba Torres is going to be called for riding. This is Talisha Noble returning, but we're going to shoot some fouls. This is going to be Monique West, and I think the gentleman in the striped shirt said 2 shots, which means we must have reached the allotment of 10.
Right.
Joe Bach looking to make a phone call home and tell the wife to put the dinner in the oven, hon. I'm not going to make it on time. As Joe, you know, to show you the reason we're laughing a little bit is Joe Bach's dedication.
Joe's terrific.
Joe Bach is trying to get this doubleheader in and then make it to Southview in time to cover the Southview Lady Saints varsity contest tonight, and it's going to be a feat of time management at best, and this game's gone a little bit longer than his plan budgeted for. Taj McCall, Tasia
There you
Rush.
go. Look up the floor. Well done, Taja.
Ball out of bounds. You can see him figuring it out, Bob, some of it. This is Tiara Thompson. Kelly Parsons, and ahead. She can't get it there.
No.
Everybody in the gym saw the player down court, and I think she did too, but she just was not in a position where she could throw the ball. Shot up and good by Tasia Rush. She becomes the first player in double figures, and she puts her Eagles up 20-18. Whistle and a timeout by Coach Washington. And he's going to put some more players into the ball game, Bob. I mean, he's going to still have 5, but he's going to put some different players in. We get a timeout, 3:43 to go, 20-18. The ladies from General Johnny Wilson of Coach Bob Cunicella ahead of the ladies from Longfellow and Coach Rick Washington.
Why do you think Ricky took that timeout, Jay? Just a sub?
Well, I think that what I was seeing was he had a plan there where they were running out against the pressure, and it was pretty successful, and Tiara Thompson was able to throw the ball down court, past half court to Alba Torres several times, but it looked like on the last possession Johnny Wilson had finally put a couple players back. So I think that what this was an adjustment timeout.
I think you're absolutely
I don't think we want to throw that anymore. They've got it now. Catch it in front of them.
Exactly.
And I could be mistaken.
No, I think you've got it.
We'll see, because Longfellow is going to inbound the ball here. And Johnny Wilson is going to look to match up
with the center fielder. No, on the ball.
That pass was knocked out of bounds. You know, this is a situation where
oh no, that's the wrong basket. I'm glad that didn't go in. Me too.
Either.
That's all right.
It'll be Johnny Wilson's ball, but I'm very glad that ball didn't go in. And now we're going to have a substitution. 22 Cara Donato in the ball game for number 30, and that would be Caitlin Stanley on her way to the Longfellow bench. Jessica Barnett will inbound the ball for Johnny Wilson. They have a 2-point lead. They have the basketball. There's a pick away, and Monique West takes it into the volleyball lane a little deep and traveled with the basketball. There's just not enough room to play in there. You can't have 10 people below the volleyball line.
Exactly. Oh, the game becomes so much easier when the floor is spread and there's movement. As we have now, right now. Not
Shea
bad.
Edwards with the ball. No. Oh. He's going to call it for carrying the basketball. He did not make the call that some people in the crowd wanted, the over and back, because
all 3 parts. You have to have all 3 parts.
She was never totally over.
Exactly.
The mid-court stretch.
Both feet and ball.
Jessica Barnett. Whistle, and she traveled with the basketball.
I did not see a travel there. Coach Cunicella didn't see a travel there.
I don't think she jumped, and that was a big play because that shot looked like it went in finally. Tiara Thompson will inbound.
Much better job there.
There's a 3 on the way.
Oh.
No. Monique West, but she's going to get to go to the foul line, as that foul is going to be on. That foul is going to be on number 40, LaQuinta Reed, and that is her 5th. She is going to foul out with 4 points, all in the first half. She's going to be replaced by Kelly Parsons. And we're going to go to the other end here and shoot some free throws. 3:13 to go in the ball game, unless we have an overtime situation. Monique West will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. She's 0-2 thus far in the ball game, has not scored. But that one is true. And it's a 3-point lead for the Lady Eagles. Whistle, we got a couple of subs here. Taj McCall, number 20, and Lindsay Ivan, number 11, return for the Lady Eagles.
Coach Cunicella, he's running them in and out. I like that.
Longfellow controls as we approach the 3-minute mark with a 3-point ball game. Carissa.
Good pass. Ooh, and a pivot.
And a pivot. And a steal. And there's a run out. And this is Tashay Edwards ahead of the pack. Jump stop.
Oh. Look up the floor.
Tasia Rush spins into the lane. And lots of flash, but no substance in that half minute there, Bob. End-to-end
The girls
action.
were getting up and down the floor.
Got some bling-bling. Whistle, and that pass was long out of bounds.
And I think Coach Washington just took a timeout.
Well, I think they both want one, so maybe. I think that they gave that one to Coach Washington, but Coach Cunicella would have just as soon had it. Mr. Bach's not very happy about it, however, Bob.
Well, it's been a long game. Joe will work it out, don't worry. But again, as Jay alluded to before, we're trying to do 3 games today, 2 here.
I've got Gene Burgess on my speed dial. After the game, I'll give you my cell phone. We can call it while we're warming up for the boys' game, and we can see if he can give you another 45-minute delay.
It's okay. We'll get it, Joe. If we don't get it today, we'll get it another day.
Well, let's reset here a minute. 21-18. General Johnnie Wilson is the score. 2:29 to play, 4th quarter.
Ball out of bounds for General Johnnie Wilson, I believe, Jay.
I believe you are correct. As the ladies enter the floor, it looks like Monique West, number 30, is going to inbound the basketball. Longfellow will stick with the full court pressure. This is Tiara Ammons. Inside the arc.
Okay.
There's a steal. Alba Torres, who's had her hands on the ball a lot in the second half, takes it away from Taj McCall. Tiara Thompson, no good. Tasia Rush looks to get it out. Instead, it's Tashay Edwards. Back to Tiara Thompson.
Powered up.
Longfellow having a couple of looks with a minute 50
they're getting
to go.
plenty of shots at it.
Oh, another one would tie up there. We got a jump ball. Possession will be to the ladies from Longfellow Middle School. Must have had 4 or 5
they had
tries
4 or
to
5
go.
whacks at it, no doubt. That's the best effort on the glass for Longfellow today.
There's an open look. Short. Taj McCall will bring it the other way, but she's going to have her pocket picked. But not before Coach Cunicella gets a timeout. So the general, Johnnie Wilson, has a timeout. 100 seconds to play, Bob.
And scores 21-18. This has been a fun ball game, Jay.
It has
I've
been
enjoyed
that. It has been that. And the winners right now are the these programs, these ladies get a little bit of a chance to go home and see themselves on TV.
And I see a lot of smiling faces, and I watch the coaches give instruction, and the players are all very receptive. That's always something I'm looking for, because I know that over a career I've watched players make it to the varsity level and have success, and almost without question they've been good attitude, positive attitude, coachable young men and women, and that many times makes the difference between being on the team and not being on the team. And I see a lot of positive attitudes. They see girls having fun, clapping. They're on the bench, receiving instruction. Very positive. I haven't seen a negative attitude yet in the game.
Shot up and no good, but back up and
Big
in.
basket.
Tasia Rush, and that's the biggest lead of the ball game, Bob.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not too soon to say it's a 2-possession game now. This is Alba Torres. There's a 3-ball on the way.
Oh!
That would have stopped Joe Bach's heart if it had gone in.
Well, we're going to get a score right here. Yes!
Alba Torres. And we're back to a 1-possession game, 23-20. The Wilson Lady Generals. Down court, that pass deflected out of bounds.
And it's going to go to Longfellow, Jay,
and
I believe.
think we're going to have a discussion, and I think that...
Nope, it's going back to Wilson.
Yes, and that's the right call and good piece of officiating. Coach Cunicello was happy to help those officials out, too. Now the rule is that someone has to go out of bounds and pass it into a teammate.
Now get some movement.
Johnnie
Don't stand.
55 seconds to play. There's a steal. Whistle and white basketball with 47 seconds.
I think the girls have played hard tonight, too, Jay.
They have competed.
Really
They have been very
well.
competitive. Alba Torres.
23-20 with 45 seconds remaining.
Oh, just short and out of bounds to Johnnie Wilson. 35 ticks on the clock. Johnnie Wilson has the ball and the lead. Any kind of score by Wilson just about cinches it here.
Right.
Tiara Ammons brings it up with pressure.
Ooh.
All the way inside the arc where
Ouch.
she got obliterated. She's going to go to the line for two.
So this is
31
big foul
seconds
shots here, Jay.
Yeah, either of these will
Either
just
of
about
these,
do it.
and that's it. These are big. Now
That's
I really
what Coach Cunicello just told her.
like.
He's going to get off the court now. We're going to be able to play again.
I really like the toughness and competitive spirit of this Ammons gal, Jay, number 10 at the line. She really gets up and down the floor, plays hard.
She looks like a 400-meter runner too, Bob.
Let's see how her shot, pretty good. Nice little push
Off the
shot.
glass and in. She now has 5 in the ball game, and she just gave her team a 4-point lead with 31 ticks to go.
4 points is huge.
So now it's avoid the foul at all costs. Whistle, and the violation underneath was actually Taj McCall, who stepped into the arc before the ball hit the rim there, Bob. That's a rule that a lot of people don't understand.
Exactly.
If you're not on that lane, you can't go inside the three-point line until the ball hits the rim. A little bit high off the shot clock and out of bounds. 25 seconds to play, and Johnnie Wilson will regain possession of the ball.
Well, Johnnie Wilson's definitely in control, up by 4 with 25 seconds left and the basketball.
And here's the reason why, Bob. Tasia Rush. And Coach Cunicello is saying,
I thought
why
he was
are you
going to come out of
it?
his shoes over there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to defense her. And you know what?
And takes a timeout.
No, I think he got called. I think 4 of his players just got called for a 3-second violation.
Jay, that's good.
12 seconds to go, though. Longfellow down 4 points. It would really take a miracle now. And this is Cara Donato in the backcourt. Tiara Thomas.
11 seconds.
The clock just started.
Oh, and a steal by Amons.
And there's a whistle. With 6 seconds to go, Johnnie Wilson's going to own this one.
Right, they're going to go to the line for 2.
Tiara Thompson's going to get her 3rd foul. Tiara Ammons is going to go to the line, and she's going to shoot a pair. But there's 6 seconds left in the ball game, and her team has a 4-point lead. So it looks like it's a good day if you're a fan of the Lady Eagles. Coach Cunicella, back in the 40s, they used to take their timeouts out at the foul line where they could huddle up.
Right.
And I think that might have been when Coach Cunicella played, because he's out, he's out to the foul line every time there's a break.
That's good. Oh, that's good.
First one's off the glass and too hard.
He's into it. I think that's great. I enjoyed playing for a coach that had a lot of enthusiasm, positive enthusiasm.
I would agree.
I tried to coach that way.
Second shot off the glass is in.
Good steal by McCall.
No basket at the buzzer, but that'll do it. Johnnie Wilson, the ladies 25. Longfellow, the ladies of Longfellow 20. That's the end of the first game, and we'll be back with the wrap-up and the preview of today's second game right after these messages.
I get people involved in saving the environment. That's why I volunteer.
When I teach computer skills, I help kids succeed in school. That's why I volunteer.
I helped raise awareness about the hazards of tobacco use. That's why I volunteer, to make a difference.
If you know middle or high school students who make a difference by doing volunteer work, have them ask their school principals about applying for a Prudential Spirit of Community Award, or encourage them to call 1-888-450-9961.
Back at beautiful Longfellow Middle School on the east side of Lorain, Jay Ferguson along with Bob Braskich and producer-director cameraman Joe Bach, as we've just been entertained by the ladies from Longfellow and the 8th grade ladies from Johnnie Wilson. A real competitive ball game, Bob. 25-20, it ended up with the ladies of Johnnie Wilson on top. But, you know, we saw a lot of good things, a lot of things for the coaches and to be encouraged about, and a lot of things to work on and to build on. But all in all, I'd say that two programs going in the right direction.
Oh, absolutely. I saw some play. And Jay, we don't like to, at this level, point out or emphasize any particular player, but I saw some kids here that I think have some potential down the road. And again, what I'm most impressed with is not only did we see some players that look like they'll be pretty good down the road, positive attitudes, good GPAs, all those things that are necessary to have success at the next level.
Let's take a minute and run down the scoring. First for the Lady Longhorns with quarters 6-4, 6 and 4 for a total of 20. Tashay Edwards had a basket for 2. Alba Torres 2 baskets in the second half for 4. Tiara Thompson had a basket in each half for 4. Kristen Comerford scored early for 2 points. Kelly Parsons had 2 baskets in the second half for 4. And LaQuinta Reed had a basket and 2 of 2 from the line, 4 points. A total of 20 for the ladies from Longfellow of Coach Rick Washington. For Coach Bob Cunicella and the Johnnie Wilson Eagles. Number 10, Tiara Ammons had 6 points on 2 baskets and 2 of 7 from the foul line. Taj McCall had 2 points. Monique West had 1 of 4 from the line for 1 point. Jessica Barnett had a basket and a free throw for 3 points. High for Johnnie Wilson in the game, Tasia Rush, who had 6 baskets and 1 of 10 from the line for 13 points, but she was really impressive, Bob.
Yes, and there were, again, a number of other gals who were impressive, and we'd just like to remind them and encourage them to continue to play hard, have fun, and, you know, obviously keep those GPAs up, good attitude, listen to the coach, and there's an opportunity to have success.
And I really want to take a minute to thank Joe Bach for doing this, because this is good for the students in Lorain and the 8th grade ladies. And we're going to get ready here, and we're going to have the boys in the 8th grade from the same 2 schools here in just a little bit. But Joe, this is really a good thing that you've scheduled for the kids in the city of Lorain.
Absolutely.
And parents, if you like what you saw, give Joe a call, and you can purchase a copy of today's game directly from him. But for now, for producer-director Joe Bach and for Bob Braskich, I'm Jay Ferguson saying so long, and we'll be back in a little bit with the boys from Longfellow and Johnnie Wilson.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.